Welcome to the latest episode of All Things Vuma Garden Route. In this episode, we're going to spend some time with the 7 Passes initiative in Touwsranten, and then we join X in Thembalethu to enjoy some local cuisine. Daarna gaan besoek ons 'n baie passievolle en inspirerende vleenier in Knysna, en ons gaan ook op ons tradisionele hike in die Outenikwa berge.
Ek is Vuma. Ek is die direkteur van 7 Passes Initiative. En ek het kinder- en jeugontwikkeling gestudeer en naderhand my honeurs gedoen. En al die jare op 'n plaas gewerk. Ek's baie trots op om te sê ek was 'n plaaswerker gewees en mettertyd by Tiketaai gewerk wat 'n verpakkingsaanleg is vir broccoli en blomkool. En toe 'n advertensie gesien vir die posisie by 7 Passes Initiative en aansoek gedoen en ja, dis nou al 8 jaar later en dis net asof dit vir my gemaak was. So ek lewe absoluut my passie uit. Ek het intussen tyd my meestersgraad ook gedoen in implementeringsnavorsing omdat ons 'n navorsingsprojek in hierdie gemeenskap gedoen het. 7 Passes Initiative is gestig in 2008 as 'n violence prevention organisasie. In hierdie lieflike area wat jy kan sien, die berge, die bome, Touwsranten, die landelike gebied van Hoekville, was daar baie erge bendegeweld gewees. En die kommersiële boere, maar die gemeenskapslede het glad nie geweet hoe om dit te hanteer nie. En toe het hulle bymekaar gekom, mense van Hoekville, Touwsranten en die boere. En toe besluit om te fokus op education, opvoeding, om te sê waarmee kan ons die kinders help dat hulle beter kan doen by die skool. So ons het begin as 'n naskool program, eers vir hoërskoolleerders en in die eerste jaar was daar 9 kinders wat begin het en in die einde van daai jaar was daar 29 kinders. Op die oomblik het ons so 500 kinders wat geregistreer is om die naskool by te woon. Maar soos wat dinge groei en verander, so het die programme bygekom en so het ons getalle ook gegroei. So op die oomblik doen ons 5 programme. So die naskoolprogram, ons doen 'n jeugontwikkelingsprogram wat jong mense van die gemeenskap, meestal jong dames wat ons werk vir 'n jaar en in daai jaar help ons hulle met opleiding, goed soos kommunikasie, konflikhantering, dan opleiding, hoe om met kinders te werk, maar ook spesifieke opleiding, wat is jou pad in die lewe, waarmee is jy goed en wat wil jy graag eendag doen. En dan help ons hulle met verdere studies of help hulle om permanente werk te kry. So dis die tweede program wat gegroei het uit die naskoolprogram. Die derde program is in 2016 het ons begin met 4 ouerskapsprogramme wat van voorgeboorte tot by 18 jaar gaan en ongelooflike programme met evidence wat hulle noem die PLH programme, Parenting for Lifelong Health. So daar's bewyse dat die programme wel werk. En dit het gegaan saam met 'n navorsingsprojek met die Universiteit van Kaapstad en die Instituut vir Sekuriteitsstudies. So, dis die vierde program, die vierde program het ons te besef uit die navorsing uitlaat, intimate partner violence is 'n groot probleem. Omtrent 43% mense wat in 'n verhouding is, het gesê dat hulle 'n vorm van geweld beleef. En dit het ons gesê, maar kom ons kombineer 'n program van geweld binne in die verhouding as ook geweld teen kinders. So ons doen tans die Free to Grow program wat 6 sessies fokus op geweld in die verhouding en dan 6 sessies hoe om beter met jou kinders te werk sodat daar nie fisiese punishment is nie. En dan het ons, dis ons vierde program, dis 'n program wat ons ontwerp het om in 'n werksplek aangebied te word. Ons doen dit saam met die Institute for Security Studies en ons hoop om daardie program te pilot een of ander tyd in hierdie jaar. En dan ons laaste program is vroeë kinderontwikkeling. Ons het 'n crash of 'n ECD senter begin laas jaar en ons het op die oomblik 40 kinders wat dit bywoon, maar ook 'n waglys van 40 kinders. Want ons het gesê ons wil baie graag al die kinders van die gemeenskap kan bedien met die sentrum. So ons is 'n multikulturele sentrum. Ons het op die oomblik Afrikaanse, isiXhosa en Chichewa en Somaliese kinders wat die sentrum besoek. Ja, so dis 'n mondvol en aan elke een van daai programme is daar ook nog klomp goeders wat ons doen. Ja, natuurlik 'n non-profit het altyd ondersteuning nodig en mense is altyd, ek weet mense dink altyd non-profits vra altyd vir geld. Ons wil baie graag altyd die ondersteuning van mense hê. As kinders van hierdie gemeenskap kan sien dat mense belangstelling het in hulle en dat hulle vir hulle iets kan leer of vir hulle kan blootstel aan ander dinge of waardes of idees. Dis van kardinale belang vir daardie kinders. So in die eerste plek mense wat kom met hulle gawes en talente en iets wil bring vir die organisasie. Dan mense wat kan help met administratiewe werk of met bouwerk, daai tipe van goeders. Dan het ons natuurlik altyd finansiële hulp nodig. Ons het 2 fondsinsamelingsprojekte in 'n jaar. Die een is 'n George July. Die ander is 'n golfdag in November wat mense kan golf speel of 'n pypjie kan borg. Of mense kan 'n donasie maak. Ons het baie mense wat 'n maandelikse bydrae maak. As jy R180 'n maand betaal, dan sponsor jy 'n child om van al ons dienste te kan gebruik maak. Ja, so maar natuurlik ons wil graag ons eie gebou hê. So as daar mense is wat miljoene wil skenk, ons gaan nie nee dankie sê daarvoor. Ons webwerf is www.sevenpasses.org.za en ons is op Facebook ook as Seven Passes Initiative en dan is ons natuurlik op Instagram ook as Seven Passes. So mense kan net deur dit te deel, dit wat ons doen met ander mense, gee ook meer bewustheid van wat die organisasie doen. Nie net in hierdie area van Touwsranten nie, maar ook in Kleinkrans, in Wildernishoogte. Ons werk in die landelike gebied, ons gaan binnekort in Reenendal begin met programme. Ons werk ook in Thembalethu met ons ouerskapsprogramme, Rosemoor en Conville. So ons is hier gevestig in Touwsranten. Maar ons ouerskapsprogramme en van ons ander opleidingsprogramme doen ons in ander areas ook.
Welcome. Wamkelekile, all things garden root. Today I'm your host, Kamalam Kolisamchiselwa, but you guys can call me X. Today we're in Zone 7 at Thembalethu. We are here to chill at Ikaya, chill out, have nice meal and the interview with the nice, lovely lady.
My name is Akanyile and my surname is Touwsranten. I love to cook.
Love to cook?
I love to cook, but when I'm getting old, I want to be a model.
Oh, you want to be a model?
Yes.
A model that can cook, right?
Yes.
You're doing grade what now?
Grade 9.
Grade 9, okay.
Yes, I'm doing grade 9. I also want to be a fashion designer.
You also want to be a fashion designer?
Yes.
Okay, great stuff, man. Were you born here in George?
Yes, I was born here in George. I grew up in George. Yes.
Here in Zone 7?
Yes.
Great stuff, man. Kaya chill out. It's a African cuisine in Thembalethu, right?
Yes.
Do you want to tell us more about African cuisine and Kaya chill out?
Okay. But I can tell you about Kaya chill out, name. Kaya chill out is a business from my grandmother, ne? She was selling umqambulo.
Right?
From including the menu here.
Oh.
Yeah. So my grandmother passed away.
Oh, sorry, man.
So my father take over.
Okay.
I'm helping my father when he's at work. When he's at work, I take over. And then when my father is at home, maybe I'm at school, someone is also helping us in the house.
So this thing moved from grandmother to your father. So maybe in future it's gonna go to you.
Yes.
All right. So I know that your father was encouraged somewhere in Keurberg about this, a place called Pata Pata, right?
Yes.
So then he decided to have this one here.
Yes, but he just took some things.
Oh,
Not
okay.
everything just like Pata Pata.
Oh, so he got, and your father is a chef, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us a little bit more about the menu?
Menu, okay. Menu we have ungamulo, which is also had meat from the cow.
Oh,
Then we have a tripe from the cow, goat, ne? Goat, yes.
I think it's a sheep.
Oh, yes, the sheep.
Yeah. So you guys have ox skew, which is very nice here, and you also have leg with the chicken.
Yes.
So
and
basically,
also pork stew.
in Themba, what we call chicken, we call it umleko, which is very nice, and that goes with.
Dombolo,
Dombolo.
chakalaka, and mashed potato.
Do you guys also have sam?
Yes, we also have sam and pap
Oh, okay. So
for the starch.
is your father looking in opening a bigger one in Themba? I mean, like if you got this from your grandmother, and it's looking very nice, I must say.
Yes, it's very nice, and he's still renovating the house. It's not all done.
Oh, it's not done yet. Oh, it's
Yes.
already looking beautiful. So do you guys have like people that are working for you?
Yes, we have only one.
One, okay.
Yes.
So maybe in future, guys, you're gonna create more employment for Thembalethu people.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. What else do you wanna actually tell us more about Kaya Chill Out?
Kasi flavors. Kasi flavors, we do chips,
Okay.
chops, steaks, wors,
Oh, nice.
and wings, chicken wings.
Oh, nice. So you guys are open from Monday till Sunday?
Yes, we open every day
Every day from what time?
from 10 o'clock to 8 o'clock during the week. But in the weekends, we open 10 o'clock until 10 o'clock later.
All right. Okay, thanks. Maybe we should go and check out the food inside, right? I can smell it already. Ne? Okay, thank you. Right, let's go and check it out.
My name is Durand de Villiers. I grew up in Knysna, and yeah, I went to Knysna Primary, Knysna High, grew up in this area, so I know it quite well. And what am I most passionate about in the garden? There's so many things, right? I think that's why we live here. It's got such diversity. As a person, I get passionate about things that I do, so I'm also easily influenced by getting passionate about the things that I do. But in the garden route, I think being in the air over the garden route, I find it's just the natural beauty that unless you're up there, you don't really see it. I mean, obviously there's beauty from the ground level if you're on the beach and the lagoon and the water and the heads, and obviously I'm based in Iceland, but I mean, Sedgefield, Plet, everything is beautiful. But once you've just slightly elevated, it just brings it all three-dimensionally alive. So I think it's just a natural beauty. And as I said initially, it's the variety that we have in such a small space, because we have the ocean, we have the beaches, we have the lagoon, we have the most beautiful mountains, and then just over the mountains we have the Karoo and we have a bit of a desert. So everything is tightly condensed. It's, yeah, I think just the natural beauty of the area is amazing. I only started flying in 2015 when I was capable of affording it after running the business for quite a while. So where it came from, I have no idea. There must be some ancient ancestor that was involved in aviation. But yeah, it has overtaken my life in a good way. If it's a day like today, I'm out here and I'm flying. And I fly various different aircraft, so there's crossover from the fixed wings to the helicopters and even the paramotors. So I'm just passionate about learning, pushing myself, and I guess just doing things that you wouldn't ordinarily do, right? Just being able to land on the mountain in snow. Yeah, it's so varied. The flying is just, there's so much to flying. And it's there's a quote, it's like unmistakably pure, and it keeps you on your toes, because in a lot of other things that you do, the consequences are not that bad, but if you're flying, you have to do it perfectly or you're dead. So it's quite unique in terms of the flying, the passion for flying. People who know me, I think they connect flying with me, but not a lot of people know I actually started flying later in life. I started the company because I never had the opportunity to even go to university or to study after school. So the flying actually came later after the business. So the flying company actually inspired the flying. The flying didn't inspire the company. A lot of people think it's the other way around. But yeah, I started the business in 2012. I had a media production company. It's a long story, but that it quickly evolved into a drone company, or what we call unmanned aircraft. And through the passion of creating aircraft and learning the aerodynamics and being able to build something that actually takes off and flies and lands, and it does it all by itself. So there's a lot of engineering and technical ability which I naturally discovered I have a huge passion for. I started a company called Alti. Alti is short for altitude. Again, it's a little hidden info that not a lot of people know, but Alti, we design, develop, manufacture and export fairly advanced, fairly large unmanned aircraft. So drones, essentially. We've done quite a range of different drones when we started out, but we have 2 set products right now. It's a fixed wing, long range aircraft, airplane essentially, but we have a quadcopter component, so we're able to take off and land vertically, and then they fly for extended periods, so up to 8 hours in real world conditions, and they all fly cameras, so they're used for security and surveillance, search and rescue, reconnaissance, border patrol, a lot of maritime operations, a lot of government work, semi-military work. So we've been doing that since 2012, and Alti, as it is, only started in 2016. I don't think there's a single key to success. And I think what we try and do at Alti with a lot of the young staff that join, and typically we've only, if we hire a fancy engineer, or we interview an engineer, or we interview someone who's just out of school, they don't have the opportunities that the engineer might have had, but they show a lot more passion, they show a lot more willingness to learn and eagerness to learn, we typically hire that person. Because that's my background, right? I didn't have the opportunity to study. I'm not an engineer by education. I'm certainly an engineer by experience, I guess. But I've tried to give opportunities to a lot of the young guys, like Josh, who's wiping down the helicopter right now. And I think the advice, your question was what kind of advice would I give? I think we try and do that through what we do. A lot of the guys here are prepping now to test fly an aircraft, and we have, I think it's between 50 and 60 staff, and on a day-to-day basis, I think we try and bring that advice through in everyday actions. To sit down with someone, sure, you can, based on where they are and what they want to do, this is good advice, or that's good advice based on where you are in life. But I think generally it's just, leading by example, showing that something like this can be done in a small town. Yeah, the Knysna Photo Challenge is just a new kind of photo competition we started on Facebook. So essentially you have 2 challenges that run every month. So you can post 1 photo per challenge. It's just a fun way to get the beauty of Knysna displayed. So you can go to the group and you'll just see amazing photos from different photographers, and just not professional photographers, just everyone. And it displays the beauty of our town. And the reason we're doing this is we can start raising funds and do competitions and give back to charity. So the whole drive is to get the group really nice and big. We've done a similar competition in the past, but with the aim to support some charities, local people in need. So yeah, it's just a fun side thing on Facebook. Go check it out, Knysna Photo Challenge.
Hi there, I'm Karen, and my single-use plastic tip is to reuse Ziploc bags. They are super sturdy and handy, and us as hikers, that's my one sin, unfortunately, to use Ziploc bags, but I do wash them and reuse them as much as possible.
Ja, en ek kan vir julle sê, julle waterbottels moet jy nie elke keer 'n nuwe een gaan koop nie, refill hom. Jy kan 'n rit met hom uitkom sonder hom te gaan vervang.
Refill your bottle before you go on a hike.
Refill your bottle before you go on a hike.
Before you go on a hike, refill your bottle. Don't buy a new one. Before you go for a big hike, always remember to refill your bottle. Don't just buy and chuck away. Refill it, eh? See you on the next hike.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of All Things Vuma Garden Route. Moet asseblief nie vergeet nie, ons kompetisie vir 'n aand se verblyf by Buff and Fellow is nog steeds aan tot die einde van Julie. So maak seker dat jy die kanaal like en subscribe. En baie dankie vir julle ondersteuning. Spesiale dank aan Patio Warehouse, I'm Not Plastic, High Tech Suid-Afrika en natuurlik ons hoofborg Vuma.